What's up guys, Roman Gonzalez here. I am a videographer, cinematographer based out of Los Angeles. I've done videos all over the country, over 300 music videos, corporate videos, whatever you can think of, you name it. Wanted to talk to you guys today about how to be a great videographer. I already dropped a video on how to be a good videographer. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't already, especially if you're just starting out. That video goes over a little bit more of the technical aspect, getting started and producing good video. But in this video, I'm going to get right into it. I want to talk about 10 ways that you can challenge yourself to become a great videographer. And this is an ongoing process. There's always more to learn. There's always new technology coming out, but at the end of the day, the basics are still the same. And as long as you build on these basics, you will continue to grow and you will become a great videographer. And these are in no particular order. Any point on this list is not better than the other. These are things I wish to apply to myself as well. These are areas that I wish to grow in, and this is what I'm going to focus on to challenge myself as a director, as a business person, as a cinematographer, all that good stuff. So number one, the first way to challenge yourself and challenge your videography skills and your growth as a videographer, cinematographer, whatever it is that you do, number one is collaborate, right? Collaborate with people who are better than you, offer value in some way, whether it's just for experience or at a discount. Get your foot in the door, collaborate with other people. It doesn't have to be somebody who's at a higher level than you that you can learn from. It could be somebody who is at the same level as you that you guys can go back and forth and collaborate and create something better because of that push and pull that you have with another person or a team. Also, a great way to collaborate is by reaching out to people who may not be as experienced as you, or maybe just starting out as well. Maybe you are just starting out. So collaborating, asking people, hey, what shutter speed do you shoot at? How are you shooting this? What angles do you like to get? Just having that conversation and talking with people who are on the same level as you, whether it's mentally or skill wise, that is going to help out a lot. My number two tip, and this is a very important tip, it's something I need to do more for sure, is spend more time prepping. Write out your concept, write out a list of your points or whatever you need to make. You know, I have a list right here on my phone, but I encourage you to put it on paper and prep more. Whether you're thinking about which angle you're going to use, what mood you're going to do with the lighting, what color you're going to use, prep your project beforehand. Go out and scout the location, know what you're working with before you get there, so you're not just running and gunning everything. But I've done over 300 super low budget music videos all over the country. I used to live out of my Prius, just going city to city, state to state, finding whatever work I can and doing work for cheap. And a lot of times, since I'm doing work for so cheap and I got to pay for a hotel and food and all these other expenses, I don't have any of that money going into time to prep for my projects. I was just booking as many projects as I can. Sure, you only want to spend a couple $100. I'm only going to put this effort in. Changing your structure so that you can prep and put more time into your videos, whether it's YouTube videos or corporate videos, doesn't matter what type of content you're making. If you put in that time to prep and actually think ahead, even if it's just a few minutes in the days or weeks leading up to your shoot, making sure you take time to prep some part of it. Just have an idea, have some type of concrete idea. A lot of the times once you get there, you may have to adjust because the lighting is in a different place or the environment or the location, you have to switch locations. We're constantly having to solve problems, but going in with a plan and having something to follow really gives you more of a guideline. Now, for me personally, I don't like to plan out every single little shot to where it's like you're just following a shot list and you can't do anything else. I like to have a basic loose guideline to where I know the vibe I want to get, I know the story I want to tell, I know the angles I want to get, but I also have the freedom to be creative while on set, improvise and work that way. But definitely, if you want to change your game and get better, more prep. And not just more prep, but better prepping. Putting things in more detail, actually storyboarding. I'm so bad at drawing, I hate storyboarding. But if I had somebody who was willing to do that for me and we could relay our ideas well, prep is so freaking important. You need to be getting paid for your pre-production time so you can put more time into the prep for that project and make sure it is as good as it can be. You don't need to dwell on it, prep for it, get it done, push it out. I promise you, your future self will thank you. Getting a little brighter out here. Let me just bump my shutter up a little bit. Third way to challenge yourself as a videographer, as a video producer, as a video content creator, entrepreneur, try new things. Constantly need to be trying new things in order to push our boundaries, in order to see which angles are possible, which different color grades are possible. I know I keep going back to those few things, whether it's your angles, your color, your movement, your lighting, your props, your concept, your lenses that you're using. Maybe you've been using the same lens for a long time and you got another one just sitting in the corner, or you haven't been using primes because you've been getting used to zooms. Switch out your gear. Go out one day and just take one lens with you so you don't have those choices. You're just forced to learn your gear, get better, and keep trying new things. Experiment with your frame rates, your shutter speeds, experiment with your white balance. Just play with your camera, every single little piece of it, and keep trying new stuff, different movements, different types of equipment, different types of hand movements. All of this stuff is really important to keep pushing your boundaries and challenging yourself. So make sure you're trying new things. You have to try new things. Seek out criticism. Show your work to people. Pay attention to, when do they look away? Are they reaching for their phone? Do they get bored at any point? And at those points, make sure to like spice it up a little bit, make it a little more interesting. Maybe it's just some dead weight that shouldn't even be in your video at all. Seek out criticism from different people, get different opinions, but don't let it affect you personally. You know what you think looks good, and you have to be able to siphon or to filter those critiques in order to improve yourself. Make sure you're actively seeking out new criticism for your work. And that doesn't mean believe everything that your friend says or your mom says, especially if they're in general a really negative person. We're not talking about your decision of what you want to do with your life. We're talking about the quality of the content and how actually entertaining it is. Okay, number 5, fifth way to challenge yourself as a videographer, cinematographer, is learn new things. Whether it's studying film, observing different lighting techniques, different camera movements, studying commercials, whatever it is you want to get into, or whatever it is you think you might get into, observe that, study that, but also, this is very key, you got to actively seek out new education, whether that means just YouTube or paying for courses or seeking out mentorship or asking questions, messaging people on Instagram. I know a lot of people don't reply. I will reply, seeking out those answers, asking questions, and not only that, but just keeping an open mind. I picked up my first camera, it was a T2i back in like 2010 or 2011. After, 8-9 years of being a hobbyist, I did some work, but it was never full-time. I felt like I had a good grasp of cinematography, of videography. I felt like I knew what I was doing and I knew how to get to the next level, and I just had to do this and do this. When in reality, I'm still a little baby. There's so much more to learn about storytelling, about cinematography, about directing, about producing and editing. It's an endless learning journey. And the minute that you think you know everything is the minute you start to lose, man. Always be learning. And as you push yourself and you push your boundaries to learn and you keep that open mind, you will attract higher quality information to yourself, and you will begin to learn more. Put that stuff into action. Don't just spend all day watching YouTube. It's really important to soak in that information, but it's even more important to put it to work, get that experience, and get better. Oh, it really got bright just now. Tip number 6 is get active. Me personally, this is something I struggle with. I get so caught up in editing and prep time and production time and all, and handling clients, that I forget how integral of a role fitness plays in our industry. Having to lug around these cameras and pick up and put down equipment and do all this active stuff, sometimes for hours or days or weeks on end. It really helps to get fit. Those objects are lighter, the sets feel smaller, you're not wasting so much energy and so much mental energy too, just picking up and putting down your camera and setting up shots and doing stuff like that. You're really a lot more mobile, a lot more active. You're able to get better shots if you keep your fitness in check. And I'm going to be checking in with you guys periodically to go over what I've been doing. I've finally got back to running in the mornings, and I'm feeling a lot better. I'm going to keep that up, and it leads me into my next point. Fucking birds. You want to be putting good quality food in your body to fuel yourself through these shoots, through these productions. You really are what you eat. If you're putting bad things in your body, bad things are going to come out. You're going to feel sluggish. You're going to not be operating at your top capability. So you definitely want to invest some time into making sure you're putting good things in your body, bro. It's going to help a lot. Fuck these birds. Tip number 8, bringing it back to cinematography stuff. You want to make sure that you're taking time to just shoot for fun. Not everything has to be about business, about putting bread on the table. Not everything has to be about serving a client and their best interests. Remember why you started and go back to that, man. Go out, you like getting cool sunset shots, go get some cool sunset shots. Whatever you like to do, whatever you want to do, don't ever let anything hold you back, man. Just go out there and do it. Personally, why I got into videography, why I liked it so much, is because I really love movies. I really love the ability for a director or a team or a cinematographer to put you through an emotional storyline and take you from point A to point B, get you attached to a character or characters, and basically, put you in a situation to where you kind of forget everything else that's going on in the world. You're just focused on that character or that story, and nothing else matters. To be able to go through that emotional roller coaster, or it may not even be a roller coaster, but just to feel a part of that story and to get the message and feel it on a deeper level. That's what I want to do for other people. I want to create films that provoke emotion, that make you feel a certain way and that tell a story. That's why I started doing this. It wasn't just to make quick little promo videos for a barbershop or whatever, but I can take my passion of storytelling and cinematography and put it into that. But I still think it's really important to get out and just shoot stuff for yourself, man. Just have fun. Do something fun, right? I don't think that I would be in the place I am today if I had taken it so seriously from day one. The first 5, 6, 7 years of me picking up a camera, it was all just doing fun stuff, doing film competitions, playing with my friends, making short films and comedy shorts and stuff like that. Just really being creative with no expectation, receiving a payment or anything like that. Just going out, having fun, doing my thing. Make sure you do your thing, man. Number 9, my 9th point, my 9th way that I suggest you challenge yourself as a videographer is take time to decompress. Take time to think, whether it's in between projects or you just got a lot going on. Just take 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 20 minutes or however long and just relax. Quit thinking about the deadlines you have. Quit thinking about clients you need to sell, and just reflect. Check out some of your old work to look back on and reflect on what you can improve. Obviously without being hard on yourself or judging yourself. We're all exactly where we're meant to be. What matters is where we go forward from here. So taking time to decompress, reflect, think. What opportunities can I create for myself? What can I do to push myself further? What little things, day-to-day tasks can I do to get myself to where I want to be? And not judging yourself is the key. It's something I struggle with, comparing myself to others, where I should be, when really I should just be focusing on myself. As long as I get what I need to get done, push myself mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, and I push myself harder than I did yesterday, or I just take one little baby step further than I was yesterday, or even maybe I get knocked down and I get back up, or whatever it is, whatever stage of life you're in, just take a second to relax. Breathe some fresh air, breathe it out, focus on what you can control. And my 10th and final point, this is just for me, and it kind of goes back on the back of the whole decompressing and taking time out of your day to relax and breathe and think and reflect. I really feel that for me personally, I just need more spirituality in my life. I need to bring God more into the picture in my daily life and my daily routine. I get so focused on me, and I want to, progress, and I want to be successful, and I want to, close this deal and get this done and do this. And I really forget to kind of take a step back and realize that there's so much going on in the world. There's so many people who need help. There's people in the world who are starving. There's just such a bigger plan for humanity than me not making a deadline, or a client not being fully appreciative of my work, or underselling myself. These are all very small problems compared to the grander scheme of just loving on each other, showing kindness, putting out content to share information with whoever you can. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. My Instagram is right here. It's Roman Wasn't Built in a Day. I respond to every DM as soon as I can. Appreciate you. Check out my other videos. Like I said, I've done over 300 videos for everything from, sports to weddings to corporate work to whatever you can think of. I've done it. So feel free to ask any questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. Give me a like so you can help more people see this content and help me continue to bring better content to you guys. So appreciate you, and I'll talk to you later.